What are you doing? Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And subscribe.
That's right. All right, welcome back to our channel. I am Assad.
And I am Adrian.
Thank you guys for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification button so you can be informed when we drop new videos. Sometime this week we'll be dropping a new video on how to purchase property in Africa, which will be very interesting. But this video is about what?
Our trip to Johannesburg.
Yeah.
And our visit to the Apartheid Museum and the restaurant that we discovered that we love so much.
Day one, we went to the Apartheid Museum. Now, it's interesting. We both read the book Caste.
Yes.
And in that book, the Isabel Wilkerson mentions that South Africa, along with Germany, came to the United States to study Jim Crow.
Jim Crow.
In order to implement the apartheid system.
Going to the Apartheid Museum really made me think of the Rosa Parks Museum.
Mm-hmm.
So the Apartheid Museum, I'm sure most of you guys know, but apartheid was legalized racial segregation in South Africa, and it was probably the longest lasting and most strict form of segregation. I don't know if it's the most strict because it was hella strict here in Mississippi and Louisiana and Tennessee.
Yeah.
But it definitely was the longest lasting because it did not end until the 90s.
The Apartheid Museum was really sad.
Lights. Wait, what? They even have that still?
No, not still. This is an Apartheid Museum, too.
Oh, so
This is used to be.
this is a real one.
It's reminiscent of our Jim Crow era, and having separate entryways for blacks and non-blacks, or colored, as they used to say, white and colored, or different water fountains, and every part of social life was separated, and it was about kind of maintaining the purity of race.
Right.
The tickets had black or white on them, and we had to go in the black entrance. Racist!
Tickets to the museum, they randomly select you whether you're going to be black or white.
Right.
And if you are selected as black, you have to enter through the black door. If you're selected as white, you have to enter through the white door. Now, we bought 4 tickets, and somehow it randomly selected all 4 of us as black. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
That's non-white.
That's non-white. That's cool. That's cool.
So they were called Honorary European. Honorary European. What
year is this?
And I knew they were going to ask me what the results was. I had worked out. South American countries are countries that depended on the government of that country. Because communists, those people.
ID cards. Like, they had these old pictures, and I guess they were the identification cards of, and on the identification card it lists your race. It designated your race.
Race classification.
Yeah, it was a race
They
classification.
were real
card.
people too, right?
Yeah, they were real people. And what was strange is that even in the museum, on one side you had all of the Africans, in the center you had would appear to be like Indian and Arab immigrants. And then if you would have gone in on the white side, which unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know how you want to look at it. We didn't. But if you go on the white side, you can. There were actually white identification cards on the other side.
Don't touch anything.
This communism thing was a major issue. No blacks became white, no whites became black. So people say to me, why would a white want to become colored? No, they wouldn't. So if you're an Asian,
As you walk through the entrance, there is a picture of a table full of old white men, and it's kind of like, you know, these are the gatekeepers of that time.
Yeah. They're the
Those-
ones who designed this system of
Right.
classification, how to
Right,
place people in these boxes.
the architects.
and you have a colored child. You can't change the color of a child. But I'm living next door to you, so I'm very racist.
Outside on the platform, there are these mirror images, right? And they are supposed to represent the modern day South Africa with all races and all ethnicities represented. Yeah.
This new multicultural democracy.
Yeah.
Of all the settings that people who come to Africa, now there you've got black, colored, Indian, white, everything.
You know, there was that one picture that Austin noticed, and he tended, you know, to look at it a little while. Like
Yeah.
he was really captivated by that.
I call it the Zulu man. I have no idea if he's Zulu. I don't know if he's
It
Zulu.
was cool. They had a lot of like really good photography, real life, you know, photography that you could really sit and kind of look at and get an idea of, you know, what things were like back then.
Right.
They hand down their history through oral tradition, which I'm going to illustrate.
At the end of the museum, when you make it all the way through, there are these words on the wall: reconciliation, peace, and they have the South African flag as well as the national anthem playing, and it kind of gives you this inspirational vibe, like this country has overcome such hardship with apartheid, and now it's looking forward, moving forward. So it's a pretty emotional exit. I mean, the music is emotional.
Yeah, it was
you know,
dramatic.
dramatic.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. It gave you
that's
the
the
sense
word,
of
dramatic.
hope. The ceilings are real tall, lots of natural light. This, you know, they have a nice flag. I like their flag.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, with the words on the wall, it made you think like, oh, that's, you know, they're coming out of a dark period into a hopeful period.
After that, it was time to get something to eat. And I have no idea how we ended up. Oh, so let me tell you how we ended up at this South African restaurant, because we heard about South African braai, right?
Yeah.
And braai is like barbecue. And it's a very specific way. If you listen to South Africans, they'll tell you, no, it's not the same as American barbecue. To me, you're cooking outside on the grill.
On a fire.
That's barbecue.
But, yeah.
You know, they call it braai, and I think it has to be wood and not charcoal, or something like that. I don't know the rules of braai. If any of our South African family wants to chime in in the comments. Yeah, in the comments. But so we wanted some South African braai. And we kind of Googled this place, and we ended up at a place called Moyo.
Mommy, I'm a bad
Everything was made to order.
Yeah, you had to wait.
You had to wait. And fortunately, while we waited, guess what happened?
They painted our faces.
They painted our faces.
Try not to laugh.
You look great, Mom.
All right. This is great.
So we go to restaurants all the time, and this is the first time that the waiters painted on our faces.
It looks cool and tribal.
Just don't rub your face, Austin.
What made your face go? My face is still.
Just don't talk.
What kid doesn't love face painting?
Right.
You know, so
At
that's
every festival and kiddie event.
I mean, that's like a phenomenal idea. You would think they would incorporate that at McDonald's or something. At different little restaurants, Applebee's, maybe get a little apple painted on your face with the B sign.
Or at least for the kids.
There's something,
That would be a hit.
In the U.S. they bring a sheet of paper and 2 crayons. And so the food.
The food was good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we ordered like a bride plate. I don't know what it was called. Plate of meat.
Right. Grilled meat.
Piece of meat. It was
We
a
wanted
whole,
to try it.
Yeah, so we had lamb chops, we had beef, and we had ostrich.
Never had ostrich.
Never had it before, and all of this was delicious.
Okay, so this one is the horse, and then the sirloin here, and then the lamb
Okay.
and the lamb chops over there.
Okay.
So
And the ostrich, you said, is
so the ostrich is here.
is here. Okay. Okay. Very nice.
Good meal.
Enjoyable experience.
Enjoyable experience. I'll definitely go back.
Mm-hmm.
So, make sure you guys stay tuned. This week we'll also be dropping another video again on purchase our property purchase in Africa, and
And the rest of our Joburg trip.
oh yeah. So make sure you guys stay tuned because we also have part 2 of our Johannesburg trip. Soweto. We went to Nelson Mandela's house, as well as we went to this school in the township. And we have some footage from that. It's really touching. So make sure you guys subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section if you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it. If you didn't, I'll just erase it.